I'm here with Mary Kim. She's the practice manager of Imperial Animal Hospital, and this is cute little Dinah. She's not real happy about being here, but we couldn't resist. Anyway, I'm with Mary today. I was going to say with Dinah today. I'm with Mary today because I wanted to give you guys some tips, some insight from the veterinary point of view on how to get the most out of your vet visit. Whether it's with your dog, your cat, your goldfish, your bird, whatever, we want to make sure that you're spending the time here and the money. You should get the most out of it. So what tips do you have that people can do to ensure that they're going to leave with the most information?
Well, I think that the most important thing is on every exam when you come to visit the vet, they're going to ask you the history of your pet. So to know what your pet's daily activity life consists of, their behaviors, knowing what their diet, including not just their food, but the ingredients and the quality of their food,
and the treats,
and how many times you're giving treats, and also knowing about even their normal bodily function routine as well too. Like how many times are they going to the bathroom? Do you even see them going to the bathroom?
Right.
Are they excessively panting, or are they, drinking more water, or things like that. So just knowing every detail about every little historical fact about your pet is probably going to be the most important.
It may not
step.
seem that much to you, but it adds up when you're diagnosing something.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So know your pet, know your pet's history. Be prepared with that information when you go in. Now, since it is summertime,
Yes.
and I know it's not always the case. Fleas can be year-round, but it seems to be more prevalent in the summertime.
Yes.
So what can we do to prevent those little critters?
Well, that's perfect word, prevent. So it's a preventative approach. And
She's
what
like,
you
yes,
want to do,
prevent it.
Yes.
I don't like those.
So what you want to do is make sure that you have your pets on some sort of flea prevention. Now, when I say some, there are so many different kinds out there, or so many different places that will provide this kind of flea prevention. But the best thing to do is to get your flea prevention from your veterinarian, because you know that it's coming from a credible company with a credible source, and those companies will actually back up all the medical things if something were not to.
And you know that it's the best for your pet.
It's the best.
Because you don't know. There's so many options out there. How do you know?
Yes.
Well, your vet knows, because your vet knows your dog from the medical history you just gave, right?
Exactly. And so with flea prevention, there's so many different kinds out there. There's now a great thing that are orally ingested tablets, so it won't get in the way of the efficacy of if you do need to bathe them more than once. You may have that dog that just loves water, and also if you have children at home and you don't want them to touch the pet
That's
after,
true.
that's also important too.
Yeah. I know. I have water dogs, so we have to be careful of that because they go right into water.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Or if you even have pets that, even though best friends do come in the cutest little form, so you may have a dog or a cat that are best friends, and you apply the topical, and you don't want your cat licking the dog, and you don't want the dog licking the cat, or
vice versa,
helping them off. So not that ingestion of some forms is okay, but not a lot.
Right.
So
you have to be
so you got to be careful about that as well.
So again, the best thing: talk to your vet.
Talk to your vet
And be prepared for it.
And be prepared, and keep the flea prevention on year long, because in California we have such warm weather that fleas do exist. People don't know this, but the eggs actually do go dormant. And once you've seen a flea, that means there are going to be trillions of eggs somewhere.
Oh, what are the statistics? It's like for every flea, there's like a billion that you don't see.
Yeah, and they go dormant. So the minute it gets warm, or even if maybe they laid eggs in your closet or something. You go in there and you ruffle your sweater a little bit. That movement will just and that's when they get sick. So that's when you get infestation, and it's really hard to get rid of it.
Now, since it is the summer, talk to me about other precautions, things that we need to know about for our pets in the summer.
Definitely, a couple things I could think of right now is that you should always be careful with the heat when you take your dog for walks. We've been reaching some pretty high temperatures here lately. And so make sure that you're not overheating them by, taking them for a walk in the mid-afternoon when it's like 90 degrees. And make sure to keep their paws safe from like the black asphalt or any sidewalk for that matter, because it's kind of a myth when they think that, people think that their pads are actually durable to all weather conditions. It's actually not. It's very sensitive.
So you see a lot of burns on the pads
you do.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you got to be very careful, and and if you have a very active dog who likes to run a lot and they're running a lot on concrete or sidewalks.
I've heard of that too. Them like if you take your dog hiking on the dirt, that a lot of dogs have gotten torn pads.
Yes,
and
because
just walking on the dirt.
in the dirt, we don't see it, but I know that there's probably little stones and gravel and sticks and things like that. So always check, and they can get stuck in between the wedges of the paws.
True.
So that could be.
My dog stepped in gum once. Can you believe
that?
that? Only my dog would step in gum.
Right? Oh my gosh. But that's very common. Dogs get foxtail in between
Yes.
their toes.
So it's a good idea to be checking between the toes as well. Check those feet. Again, you're preventative.
Yes.
Make sure, and then, take your shoes off and feel the cement.
Yes.
I
just nibbled on it. She's like, stop playing
with my toes.
See? But see, she's doing good. Now, I can tell Dinah was really good because even though she's playing with her feet, which is really good. So we always encourage that with all the pets. And
she's like, why are you doing it? Give me a pedicure. And what about overheating? Particularly for specific breeds.
Yes. Now, I know
since
that
the bulldogs are so popular right now.
Are number one.
French bulldogs.
Yes.
So popular right now.
I know.
It's like the secret got out, and everybody has one now.
I know. And they're high maintenance. Medically, they are high maintenance.
Well, French is right there in the name. Just kidding.
No, but it's true. Anything bulldog is very high maintenance. Like, I hope you're setting aside a separate fund just to take care of them, because
your dog's medical fund.
Yeah, your medical fund.
Yeah.
It's almost like starting a college fund for your child. I guess you really do need to. So bulldogs and French bulldogs and things like that, because of their flattened, smooshed, cute little faces that we just love so much, they have a hard time breathing.
Pugs too, right?
Pugs too, yes. So you want to make sure that they're in a cool place, even though it seems like, it may be cool because it's 80 degrees, but we're getting a breeze or something. It's it's better to be safe than sorry, and keep them inside or keep them, where.
So you have to be careful of that, regardless of the breed, but especially if your dog has bulldog in the name and the title.
Yes.
And then offer them water.
Yes. Or any large breed. It's not just for bulldogs or French bulldogs or the flat nose. It's just overall, and usually bigger dogs with a lot of hair, like German Shepherds and Huskies and things
which are
like
also
that.
really popular right now.
Very popular. I think they've always been though.
They've always been popular, but I've seen so many of them.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe it's just anecdotally. I'm just noticing them more.
Yeah. You know what though? I think that specific breeds of dogs actually go through like their popularity phases. Because I remember Dobermans used to be really popular. Now,
but there hasn't been a movie out. Usually it follows the Disney
exactly
trend,
right. And I haven't seen one, and so I thought, okay, we don't see many of those around. But
I know.
But yeah,
follows the curve.
But yeah, definitely to keep them cool and and it's not even just lots of water, because sometimes they don't want to just drink water.
They just need the cool.
They just need the coolness of it, because I've left so much water out for my dogs, and sometimes on the hottest day I think I get home and there's no water left, and there's still water. So I think they look for cool spots to lay in. Preferably if you have like tile or like grass with a sprinkler running around with water.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, they like that. I think it's actually just going to be like your water dogs that will actually sit and wait in that little pool that you buy them or whatever.
I'd sit in the waiting pool on some of these hot days.
I would too, actually. But I think that's pretty much some of the safety things.
What about and now kind of changing gears a little bit, and we love the internet.
Yes.
What would we do without the internet? How it has changed our lives. However, the joke at our house is, well, it's on the internet, it must be true, right? So talk to me about the internet and veterinary care.
I think that it is, I think you said it great, it's a love and hate thing. It is so good. I get happy to know that people who own pets love them so much that they want to educate themselves more so that they can, take better care of their pets.
Right.
But, here's the but. I wish that, I want everyone to be more aware of the source. Who is the source? Because you want to make sure that you're getting this information from a valid veterinary, board certified source. So there are a few out there, like I know veterinary, DVM 360. I know that if you go onto the actual AVMA, which is like the Veterinary Medical Board, website, those topics and those factual, articles.
You can trust.
You can trust them,
Right.
because they're going from all across the board for all veterinarians and how veterinarians should be,
So just because somebody posts something on Facebook does not necessarily mean that it's true, right?
Yes.
Did you see the posting about dogs shouldn't eat ice cubes?
You know what? I actually had somebody come and tell me about that, and I thought to myself,
Interesting.
interesting. But tell me more about that.
Yeah.
I want to know what you thought about that, because I had clients say otherwise, and I thought,
So,
what did you think about that?
oh, again, always take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
And consider the source. It's just like anything in journalism. Consider the source,
Yes.
where it came from, who said it.
Yes.
And what is that old line? If a lie gets repeated enough, it becomes the truth.
That's true.
And I think that's, how you define Facebook.
Yes.
If it gets posted enough, it becomes
It's
the
true.
truth.
Yeah.
So take everything with a grain of salt and talk to your veterinarian.
Yeah. I think ultimately, in the end, it's your veterinarian is there for you, and they have years of knowledge about the animals, and sometimes it may even be new topics to them too. It's ever so changing. There's so
Right.
many new studies out there that we're
Right.
learning so much about these pets. But your veterinarian, if you've had a good standing relationship with them, knows your pet. So these are the discussions that you can have together, like I read about this and I was interested and I thought I would want to try this for Dinah. And what do you think?
So bottom line, if you hear something, investigate it, talk to your veterinarian. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for doing this
Welcome.
today. We
Thank
put
you.
little Dinah to sleep.
Yes.
Poor little baby.
Yes.
So thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you got some information, things that you can learn to be a better pet parent. And please subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.